Dear friends, hello, I'm happy to see you, and I'm happy to welcome a very unique guest today, because this guest in my mind is uniting countries and uniting different worlds and help people to be strong and to develop their businesses. This is Nadine Halabi. She is Dubai Women Council Business Development Manager, a unique, beautiful, energetic, and strong lady. Hello, Nadine. Happy to
Hi,
see you.
Olga. Thank you for the
Happy to see you.
beautiful introduction. I'm blushing.
Oh, you are wonderful. You are a star. Nadine, she is a great person who was raised and born in Dubai, even though she's from Lebanon. But I feel that she is really a person from United Arab Emirates because she is a big part of United Arab Emirates. Dear Nadine, tell us, please, how Dubai changed in the last 20, 30 years, and why Dubai is a great place to make business.
First of all, I'm very happy to be on your platform, Olga. I'm also a big fan of yours and all the work that you're trying to do to connect countries and cultures together. So kudos to everything that you're doing. Yes, I was born and raised in the UAE more than 30 years ago, but counting. And I'm very proud of this country. I can say that it has come a very long way since I was a child growing up here. And but it also gives me so much respect for the leadership and the vision of the government of the UAE, who were able to transform, as they used to call it, a desert into one of the most sought after cities, most cosmopolitan, beautiful, advanced, innovative cities in the world. Growing up in the UAE, to begin with, I was born in a government hospital, still known as Rashid Hospital. And we, in Dubai, we were raised where there was actually no segregation between nationalities, no segregation between religions. It was always a very comfortable place and simple place to live in, but it was always a place where the rules and the regulations had to be followed. And I think this is what makes it unique. So growing up here, I had Emirati friends. My mother had Emirati girlfriends that she considered close to her. I had expatriate friends as well. I've seen the country grow from getting our first McDonald's in the 90s to having almost every restaurant in the world, every Michelin chef set up his own little restaurant here in the UAE, to having the best 5-star hotels and resorts in the world. So it came a really long way. It is now a very popular touristic hub. It is a good place to do business. It is a place that is a cultural melting pot. And I know the reason why Dubai got to where it is today was because of the strong leadership that it had. The leaders of the UAE were visionary leaders. They always wanted more. They had a plan, they had a vision, and good for them for actually accomplishing it. But growing up, we always felt safe. We always felt like we belonged. We always felt that the law was on our side. Setting up a business here in the UAE, I remember from my parents, most particularly my father, who had his own business, there was always, if anything went wrong, you had the law on your side. If somebody was at fault, you would go to the police, or you would go to a judiciary system, and you will get what's being owed to you. So from that sense, we grew up very stable, very protected, very secure, very happy, and I am very grateful to be a part of this beautiful nation, this beautiful country. And I'm happy that my children are actually here with me to actually be living in a safe country, considering what's happening now on a global level. We are very blessed to be here in the UAE, and particularly in Dubai. Doing business in Dubai, it's come a long way. I'll give you a small example. When I was growing up, most of my parents' friends, and let's talk about the Emiratis here, because it tells you a lot about the mindset of the people. So my Emirati friends, their moms who worked, were either teachers in schools, or at a later stage when we were in almost high school or middle school, I don't remember exactly when, they started getting into the banking industry. So it was either banking or schools, but they were working. And I remember when I graduated from high school and I wanted to go to university, I was leaving the UAE to go to my home country in Lebanon. And at the time in the 90s, some of my Emirati friends were permitted to study abroad, but not all of them. By the time my sister graduated, which was almost 5 years later, all of her Emirati friends who wanted to study abroad were allowed to go abroad. And the reason why they did that was because they always believed here in the UAE that you should be judged based on your capabilities and not based on your gender. The women of the UAE were always strong. They were always looking after their families. They were working. They were, these strong, determined women who did something. They were never passive, ever. And when I hear it from the older Emirati generation, they tell me that this dates back from the time where they used to go hunting, they used to go diving for pearls, and they used to go fishing. And sometimes they used to leave their families behind for weeks and months. And who looked after the homes and the children and everything that came with that? It was the mothers, the wives. So they were trained, or they got accustomed to being completely in control of the finances, of the children, of the home, of everything that comes within that package. So it dates back to their history, that resilience, that strength, that financial, administrative side to them. It goes back to since very, very, very old times. And now you can see it. The women of the UAE, they have their businesses and they're good at it. They manage their finances. They invest in property. They invest in businesses. They invest in the stock market. So there is no limit to how much they can accomplish, simply because their leadership says there is no difference. If you feel you can do it, do it. And I very much appreciated that way of life and that thought very, very much.
That is wonderful. It's wonderful to know that women can be elegant, they can be feminine, they can love their families, they can raise their kids, but at the same time, they can be very successful in business. And I think UAE is a great example. I used to make a movie about women. It's called Veiled Police. It is a movie about women in Abu Dhabi police. And I was very surprised. They're very strong, very beautiful, and they can have 4 or 5 kids at home waiting for them. That is something unbelievable that in other parts of the world, you cannot imagine. They're strong and they're beautiful. And some of them were sitting on the diet. They said, Olga, we want to be beautiful, even if we work at that job. And that is very interesting to know. Dear Nadine, can you tell me, please, how Dubai Women Council can help people, of course, from Dubai, but also if they're in other parts of the world, because now we are living in a very challenging times, when the whole world becomes closer together. Maybe these people are watching us from London, from Monaco, from Moscow. And a lot of people nowadays, they don't know, some of them, they're redundant, some of them, they lost their jobs, some of them, they're building their brands. And of course, Dubai is a very important place. It's like, magic place. Wow. If I can do business in Dubai, it sounds like amazing. What do you think? Can they cooperate somehow with Dubai Women Council?
Okay, to begin with, just a small little overview about the Dubai Business Women Council. So we were established in 2002, and we are under the leadership of one of the most powerful and successful businesswomen in the region, Her Excellency Dr. Raja Al Ghurk. So it's Dr. Raja and 7 other Emirati board members who are actually the heart and soul of this council. The reason why it was put together to begin with was to find a platform that will allow the women of the UAE to make business together through networking opportunities, through partnerships, and at a later stage, maybe towards 2011, we started introducing the concept of trainings and seminars and forums that added the educational value or the educational factor to the council. So all these little things that I talked about are basically what every business person, not necessarily woman, are looking for. You have to have a good network to belong to. You have to be able to be connected to a platform that continuously gives you latest updates about business or the business environment in the country where you work and globally. You have to have access to other like-minded business people so you can do business with them. And you have to find a platform that will allow you to connect and develop some fruitful partnerships that will bring your business to the next level. So all of this basically is found at the Dubai Businesswomen Council. Now, I know that we have some men who are tuning in and listening, but the thing is, although we are Dubai Business Women Council, we work a lot with men. This goes back to the leadership and to our leader or the president of the council who firmly says it all the time, that we are a businesswomen council, but we work with men. We're not here to, encourage the women. You have to take over the position of men, and we don't want men. No, that's not true. We need to work with the men. We respect the men. We work better when we are together. And to be very honest, most of our facilitators, most of our speakers, most of the people who helped us put together great initiatives at the council are men. So we do believe in gender parity, and it is one of our main missions. And obviously the world will be a much better place if people really understood the terminology of gender parity more clearly. Nobody wants to take over anybody's position. We just want to work together in a more, reasonable environment. So the Dubai Businesswomen Council offers its members a lot of services. To begin with, if let's say you are a businesswoman in Russia or anywhere in Europe, anywhere in the world, and you want to promote your business, or you want to connect with like-minded people, or you want to offer your services at a discounted rate to the community of the Dubai Businesswomen Council, you can do that. And especially during the COVID-19 era, things have changed. Everything is now transformed digitally. So we offer on our platform weekly webinars brought or delivered by industry professionals that talk and tackle different topics, whether it's financial related, whether it is online security or cybersecurity, whether it's related to investments, whether it's related to building or scaling a business, legally related, any topic that you can think of that you think would be valuable for a business, we try to bring it on board and try to provide more education and more awareness for our members. So these webinars are found on a weekly basis on our platform. We offer an online B2B platform for the members of the council who have businesses. Let's say, for example, Olga, you have your own business. It is it's a skincare product, okay, that you've set up yourself. As a member of the Dubai Businesswomen Council, you can advertise it, or you can, post a special offers for the members of the Dubai Businesswomen Council. We create a small little discount code for you, and we share it across to our membership. And whoever wants to buy your product or your service or what have you can do it through the Dubai Businesswomen Council. You can connect with people through our members directory. The members directory is basically a small part of the website that you have access to as soon as you become a member. So once you become a member of the council, we create a username and a password for you. You use these credentials to log into our members directory, and it will give you a list of every single member that we have on board. You can filter by name, you can filter by position, you can filter by country, you can filter by nationality. There are different things that you can look into. And then whoever it is that you want to connect to, you just get their contacts and you send them an email, and then you arrange to have a call or you arrange to have a meeting, and this is how you take it to the next level.
So it's a great chance, even for example, if you don't know nobody in the Middle East, you don't know anybody in Dubai, and you have a great service, a great product, and you want to promote it, you want to find with whom you can cooperate. By joining Dubai Women Council, you will get a lot of information, not only webinars, but it's the circle of people.
Definitely. The webinars or the educational arm is just a small part of it. And this is what I tell all the members who join us as newcomers. I tell them, you have this platform that can provide you with so many different perks. It is up to you to see how you can utilize it. You can utilize it to learn online now because of the online digital world. You can utilize it to connect with other women. And about the connection part, I just want to add one thing. Let's say, for example, you are a new member to the council, you don't live in the UAE, and you want to find out how this specific industry is doing. All you have to do is find somebody in the members directory, reach out to them and say, I'm a new member of the council. I have the same business as yours, but I want to know from you, what were your challenges? Did you use this free zone or did you use that free zone? Or you know what I mean? Women or people in general are there to help. All you have to do is ask. You have to ask. And now people are coming more and more together. I think, I hope, from what I've seen from my members, there's a lot of women who are really out there to support other women and provide help and guidance and mentoring and whatever it is. So why not? And the only way to find out is to try.
Absolutely. And I know, Nadine, you always emphasize on that. Ask, go yourself. Don't just sit in what, okay, I'm the member of Dubai Women Council. Why the money is not coming to me? I'm already, just also do something yourself. Go,
yes.
Ask, meet, cooperate. This is the next step. It is a platform, very, very professional platform, very high ranking. But I think the actions should be taken by the person himself.
100%. And I remember when you used to be an active member of the council before you started traveling around the world, Olga.
Yes.
You used to do that. You used to come to our sessions. You used to learn from the workshops and the trainings that were provided by these industry experts, gain so much insight on the topic matter. But you also used to try very hard to network with these women. You used to come to our networking event, you'd collect business cards, you'd reach out to them, try to meet with them and see how you can develop your business with these new contacts, either through a partnership or bringing them on board as a potential client. Who knows? It's endless opportunities. It all depends on you as a person. There is no specific formula for this. It's just a council that provides so many different services. It's up to you as a businesswoman to see what it is that you want to utilize from this platform and how you want to reach out to the greater audience or possible partners or clients.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nadine, for sharing that information. And I will be very happy if that information will be useful to people. And for those who are hesitant, they're sitting in the other part of the world, they will listen to this World Dubai Women Council. It will give them the like, wow, this is one more chance that I can use. I know this is a very big question, but maybe you can at least give small recommendation. If a person is building his brand in Dubai, in Middle East, it's a huge question, I know, but can you give some, at least small recommendations? I will start from my recommendation number one. Let's say on Friday, it's not polite to call people because it is a day when people, Friday is a family day, it's a day for praying, and you know, Friday is a very special day, and at least you need to know some rules. Also, you know, if you want to be, if it is business, at least you need think about how you dressed up. You should understand that there are different cultures and some cultures are conservative. You should, you know, it's not Europe, it's not Africa, it's not, I mean, here still we're a little bit reserved, and there is something good in that, by the way. There is a lot of good things of being respectful. And in the third thing, I think that people are very friendly. I agree with you that it is okay to ask. I'm doing that business. I'm just started. I'm the mother of 3 kids. I came here from Sweden. What do you think? This is okay. Maybe in other countries, it's not good to ask. It sounds awkward. But in Dubai, it is okay to ask.
100%. I think it's what you're mostly concerned about, Olga, is not really the brand more than it is creating a cultural awareness and cultural etiquette. That's the
yes.
word. So doing business in the UAE or any other foreign country, per se, you really need to understand the culture that you're plunging into. And I think this is the biggest faux pas or the biggest mistake that people from the West or the East or other parts of the world do when they first come and set up shop in Dubai. They don't read or learn about the culture. Yes, it is a cosmopolitan, modern country, tolerant, open to the world, whatever you say, yes, yes, yes. But it's also, as you mentioned early, as you rightly said, it is a country that is still very much connected to its past, its history, its roots, its culture. And they pay attention to these things a lot. There are small little things, and I'm sure now everything's available on the internet. People should just read more about it. There are online forums where they can go and they can ask questions and talk to other expats and tell them about their experiences about moving to the UAE from Europe or the Americas or the East or whatever, and say, how was your experience? What were the things that, didn't go well and why? Just ask. Online forums are there for this reason. And so many articles have been published about that as well. There are government entities like Dubai Tourism and other entities that actually have articles about that. So people should be more open and susceptible to learning about new cultures before they decide to come or either move to these cultures or set up businesses and bring their lives into it. It's very important to understand that there are certain things, like, for example, if you're living here, if you're physically present in the UAE, certain places, especially places of business, will require you to wear very conservative business attire. You don't have to walk in wearing a abaya, which is the long black dresses that women wear. You don't have to cover your head if you don't usually cover your head, but you have to be somehow conservative out of respect to the other people or to the people of this country. If you walk into a mall, you find the first thing at the entrance that says, please dress conservatively. So avoid going into a mall wearing hot shorts and tank tops and see-through clothes, because the security guy will eventually come to you and say, ma'am, please, we need you to cover up. Okay, and so there are certain things about the culture that people should know about. But as for building a brand for yourself and for your business, that's something completely different. And to build a brand, I think universally, that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of persistence. It takes a lot of hard work. For you to become a brand, it means that you are a name that is credible, you are a name that is reliable, you are a name that is professional, that is successful, that has done something to let you earn that kind of level in society or in the business world. So creating or building a brand for yourself is a huge topic. And there are experts who can really talk about that. But from what I know through my experience with great members of my council is, and I've been around more than 9 years, and I've seen some women who are so determined on becoming successful, and they've worked so hard on building their network. They've worked so hard on growing their business. They really and honestly were almost everywhere that they needed to be, because in Dubai, before COVID, out of sight, out of mind. So being present at events and forums and conferences and networking with other people and letting people know that I'm Olga, this is what I do. And so people will slowly get to associate your business with your name. You know what I mean? And plus, there's a lot of online presence around that. There's a lot of PR and media that goes behind the scenes as well to support that, a lot of interviews. But at the same time, for me, it's all about credibility. Because to me, a brand name like Olga, for example, Olga to me is somebody that is hardworking, is trustworthy. She's traveled around the world pursuing her passion, but also at the same time, she did so well with her business. You know what I mean? So Olga to me is, this is how I perceive you as a brand. It's hidden. It's
Nadine,
hidden
thank you.
Nobody can be so or hidden heroes, but Olga, because it's your baby, it's what you did. And I know that you've worked so hard for that, and you were very much persistent on making it happen. So
you are right, Nadine, because this project, honestly, I think that we have lack of time, and I want people like our producers now in Moscow, my helpers are in Kazakhstan, and others are in Dubai. And I think we need to put this well together. There is no time to kill each other, to quarrel, to make conflicts, because we as a humanity, we eliminated 60% of animals, 60%. It's unbelievable. The world will not die if all humans will die, but the world will die if the bees will die. So who we are as a humanity, we think that we are the guards, but we are not the guards. We are just invited to live in this world. That's why we should cooperate and don't put anybody up and somebody like that. We should think together. Like sometimes, honestly, animals are doing better than we are doing, and it's very strange. I always think how why and how we should be. And Dubai is a great example. Already Dubai is going to the space. How can a village change for 40 years that they are in the space?
I agree with everything you're saying, and I think we had our little side chat before we went live about about all of that. Dubai is a great place to live in and to work in, but it also depends on what you make out of it. It also depends on, I don't want to say that, but with the COVID-19 happening, some people lost their jobs, some people left, but some people stayed. Now, you ask me how? There are so many reasons behind that. But for those who stayed and who were able to make it amidst all this craziness, they were smart enough to either flip their businesses around and make it more innovative, catering to the current needs of these times. Some of them went and developed strong partnerships. And this is something that I love to talk about, because it's the simple basic things in life that make a huge difference. Like you said, we don't look after the environment, we don't look after the earth, we take everything for granted as humans, and now we're paying the price. It's true. Same with the world of business. There's so many things that we take for granted, but then again, if we really think about it, all you have to do is just take a step back and be more human and go back to basics. Go back to basics how? Partner. You don't have the funds? Okay, nobody's giving you the funds. Nobody's injecting money in your business. Try to think of another way, a cheaper way to do or to grow your business or to keep your business surviving and afloat by maybe reaching out to somebody who can be a partner to your business, where you can both make profits, but at the same time, you can provide something better by coming together. And this was exactly what me and Tarek were talking about in the last webinar. It's about people need to come together. People need to come together for a better future. People, they need to come together to save the world. People need to come together to save their businesses and try to find ways to make things better and make money and stay in the city that they love and still provide for their families. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's tough. Yes, it is tough. But if we're always going to focus on how tough it is and how impossible it is and how expensive it is, we're never going to get anywhere. It's going to blur our creative side of the brain. No, let's try to take a step back and see what we can do out of the situation. With every crisis, something beautiful comes out. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I'm saying it could happen. Like at the Dubai Businesswomen Council, we had so many of our members who came to us and told us that they were suffering. They're not getting enough business. They're not getting enough clients. They're not, they're losing money. And this is where we started to tell them, okay, have you tried to contact this person? They could probably complement your business plan. Maybe you can work together. And some of them did succeed. Some of them just wanted leads. Some of them just wanted contacts that they can approach to see how they can work better together. And there are possibilities out there, because you're not the only one who's looking for a partnership. Somebody out there, maybe in the other part of the world, is looking for a partnership with somebody in the UAE. And so this is the beauty of connecting digitally. There are no boundaries, whether it's Dubai Businesswomen Council or any other platform. As a business person, you have to keep trying. You have to keep looking for solutions. You have to keep looking for ways to survive and let your business survive. And now what's working is connecting with with other people, whether it's in the same country or abroad. Again, no limits. It's a digital space we live in. Everything is going digital, which makes it even not easier, but it's better for you because you don't have to physically travel to Moscow from Dubai to meet with Olga so you can do business with her. You can actually connect over a Zoom call, talk about what you're doing, let her tell you what she's up to, and see if there's any common ground where you can work together. So
Nadine, your energy is contagious. I don't know how you do, what you drink, what you eat, what you wear, but really you are the person. This is a great example because I think if you are positive and you see chances in the world, you can think about your business. But if you will only watch news and see like a horror movie, you don't want even to move. That's why I will recommend people to reduce watching news. Okay, okay, you will watch it 15 minutes a day just to know what's going on, but don't watch it 5 hours a day because you are not part of it. You are just frightened yourself. You don't think about your business. You don't think about your family. You don't think about your health.
100%, 100%. And by the way, I stumbled across a quote by Jack Ma that said,
Alibaba.
Yes, with all the craziness that's happening now, you have to focus on staying alive. Focus on staying alive, not alive, just living and breathing, alive here and here. People need positivity. The first things that we did at Dubai Business Women Council when this whole pandemic struck the world is we started looking for professionals in the emotional intelligence space to come and talk to our members about what they can do to stay sane, grounded. You cannot watch the news 24/7. If you do, it's only going to bring down your energy and make it everything negative and bad and weird. And if you have all that weirdness happening around you, how can you focus on anything positive? You're sucked into the deep, dark abyss. It's not going to work. Watch the news, but monitor it, keep it limited. And for people who, and I know it's frustrating, and I cannot say that there is the perfect way to get things done. No, there isn't. But the only thing we can do is we can keep trying, keep focused on the end result. Use your network, use your every possible way that you can to try to get to a better conclusion or to try to find a solution. But throughout this all, you have to stay positive and grounded. You have to breathe and relax. Things are becoming more and more complex. Times are changing. There's a lot of focus on mental health. I'm talking about here in the UAE. The government sector is really helping a lot of people by providing them with online platforms to talk about things that bother them, hotlines for mental health. Mental health is a big issue. And so we don't want to get to the other side of this, but we don't want to get to that point. We need to stay focused. We need to stay strong for ourselves, for our children, for our families, for our businesses, for everything. Who knows when this is going to end? Nobody knows. Some people say, and after the vaccine comes up, October, November, some people predict another 2 years. Do we know? We don't know. But in the meantime, what do? Lose ourselves? Drown in despair and negativity? Give up? No, no. There's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Correct?
This is wonderfully said. You are like a movie yourself, dear Nadine. I don't know where you take this positive energy from, maybe from the sun or from the nature, or maybe from the members of Dubai Women Council who are very positive themselves, and you invite all positive people from around the world to Dubai Women Council. And my last question to you, I noticed that you concentrate a lot when you talk with your women and educate them on the topic of money. You give a lot of lectures, seminars on financial literacy for women, because, you know, in many cultures, it's very awkward for women to ask about money. They're saying, okay, I'm film director and producer, I'm shooting the movies, but when you talk about the money, it's awkward because women, they want to give, they want to protect, they want to help, they want to support, and you know, it's so awkward to say about money. But when you go to spinners, you cannot say, I'm Nadine, I'm Olga, just give me everything because we are very nice. Still we have to pay.
Yeah.
So do you think women and money, these two topics can go together? Women can be strong?
I completely agree that women and money go together. I think are very good at managing money because women, they are less impulsive than men when it comes to money. We, by nature, we have this thing in us is we calculate things and we think about pros and cons before we jump into something. This is why when it comes to money, I don't think women and money should be like this. I think women and money should be more like this. And please don't, you know, I'm not saying that all women are like that. Some women are very horrible with money, but we're talking generally. When we decided to boost the financial literacy side of things at the council, that was because we got a lot of requests from our members who were in doubt when it came to investments. They didn't know, they wanted to, but they didn't know how. Women who wanted to create a savings plan, but didn't know how. Basically, it was a lot about being uncertain, not very confident when it came to money, because anything that has to do with the word financial, the immediate reaction we used to get from the women was, oh, no. Why? Because it's intimidating, because you don't know it. This is why if you don't know something, it scares you. Why not learn about it, become more aware of it, so that you can be in charge of it? Why let the husband or the father or the brother be in charge of your finances? You can do it just because you're a woman, so what? So what we did is we introduced financial literacy seminars and conferences. We partnered up with banks, multinational banks like Societe Generale, JP Morgan, and many other of those big banks. We got the support of their financial experts on different topics, whether it is property investment, whether it's about savings, whether it's about Bitcoin, everything you can think of. We provided this information to our members just so that we can erase this false misconception of, oh my God, money, I don't understand it. No, you have to understand money. Because at this day and age, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you have to understand everything. And as a businesswoman, you need to understand money, or else you're in deep trouble. So I think that financial literacy, financial independence is a very important topic. We are still endorsing it as a council. We always look to partner up with institutes in finance, banks, university professors to come and deliver tailor-made courses around how women can become more financially literate, because I think it's very important, very important.
So guys, if you want to be financially literate, if you want to be positive, if you want to build your businesses in Dubai, you have to become a member of Dubai Women Council. There is no way out. Dear Nadine,
can I just say something, Olga? Can I just say one thing? We are going to be launching in September a beautiful initiative with one of our partners, Creative Zone. Creative Zone, for those of you who do not know it, Creative Zone is basically one of the largest entities that helps in business setup here in the UAE. So if you want to get a trade license, if you want to get any kind of licensing for a business, rent an office, find out all the legal aspects behind setting up a business in the UAE, Creative Zone is one of the biggest. They've been around for some time and they're doing great things. One of the things that they are passionate about is empowering women, although I hate the word empowering because we are so empowered. But as part of their supporting business women, we are going to be launching sometime in September an accelerator and incubator program for the members of the Dubai Business Women Council and for the partners of Creative Zone. It's free. It's open to all the women. All you have to do is just get in touch with us through our website, dbwc.ae, or send an email to info@dbwc.ae, and we'll tell you all about it. It's going to be, again, we haven't launched it yet. It will be on our website sometime in September. All it takes is a registration that you need to fill up, and you're part of the program. And it's basically close to 13 modules around the A to Z of setting up or scaling up a business. So whether you have a business and you want to grow it, whether you're working and you want to shift into entrepreneurship, whether you're not working and you want to set up a business, this is the right kind of initiative for you. We are aiming at incubating and accelerating 100 women. So watch our space, follow the DBWC accounts on social media. We're always going to be posting announcements. And once it's launched, it's going to be there. And I think it's a beautiful initiative that is our way to support the businesswomen community. So yes, Dubai is a great place to do business. Dubai has always been a great place to do business. Find out more about us, Dubai, business in Dubai. Everything's available through our website and through our partners' websites.
This is great. I will also want to thank very much the members, existing members of Dubai Women Council, because they are also doing a lot of things. They are very positive, and they are people who want to learn, and they are sharing a lot. And of course, I want to thank very much the princess, the queen of Dubai Women Council, Nadine Halabi. This is a great pleasure to see you, to talk to you. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure. Thank you so much for that time. I enjoyed it very much.
Pleasure's all mine. Thanks.